Hello and welcome. This is Tanya, and this is this week's Psychic Predictions video. I did one the other day, but due to the audio, I wanted to redo it again and add some things that I didn't previously mention. Now, before I get started, do me a favor because it helps my algorithm and helps this video to get found by other people. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I love your comments, and they're incredibly helpful to me. That being said, I need to start with my legal disclaimer. All readings and messages shared here are for entertainment purposes only and reflect intuitive impressions, not facts. So I wanted to start with the Oscars. This was so good. I love the fact that Conan was the host. He's so kind and funny. He doesn't do that gotcha stuff or the rude stuff that they used to do. So I just love the fact that he was leading with kindness and love. And I love the fact that Sinners won. Um, yeah, they didn't get Best Picture, but they won. And they made so many historical firsts. Um, a black screenwriter. I don't think that was ever done before. And the black female cinematographer, that was an amazing one. I don't think there was even a black male cinematographer previously. So it was just so much love in the room for those people. It's just phenomenal. I tried to stay awake, but I couldn't stay up until see the end of it. Oh, and speaking of pardons, I saw on the news that Corey Lewandowski is bragging about all he's going to get a pardon. It doesn't matter what he does. He's going to get out of it because he's going to be pardoned, pardoned, pardoned. And I was listening to that and it was just like, yeah, that's not happening. I mentioned this previously. Trump's not going to make it to his next birthday. And if he's not here, how is he going to pardon people for things that they did, Because I mean, granted, he doesn't normally do anything. He pardons people willy-nilly. And I don't see them being pardoned before he passes. I don't see that as a bone of conversation. But I also feel like he's more focused on the people the lighting again. He's more focused on the people that can pay him to pardon them. He's getting the cash for quid pro quo. He's taking money and pardoning people. So Corey Lewandowski has got no money, but Trump may do that or possibly do that just for a favor because he likes him. But I don't think it's going to fall in the timeline. So it's not going to happen before he passes. So basically, it's not going to happen. Now, and that's the other thing for the other people that feel the same way. And Eileen Cannon's name comes to mind. Actually, she just popped in. She did something that's going to put her in the crosshairs of the judicial system. I just got a hit on that. So for her and all those people that think they're protected because he's going to pardon them, there's going to be a ton of people who are going to be going to prison. I've said this before, I see military type tribunals and it's going to be busy and it's going to be very active. And I don't want to say it's all Republican, but it's like 99.9% Republican. And I've said this before, and again, I don't wish anything bad on anybody. I see a lot of people taking their own life as a result of the stuff that's coming out with Epstein, the fact that a lot of them can't face the idea of going to prison. There's going to be a lot of heartbreak for people who thought they were above it all and they had to get out of jail free card. And it's sad. It's not sad because I believe in justice and law and order. It's sad when somebody has a belief and then they lie to themselves and believe it to be true, and then it doesn't come to pass. Michael Cohen was a good example of that. He thought that Trump was his ride or die until he proved that he wasn't. And he ended up in prison, as a result of that and many other reasons. But Yeah, things aren't going to work out the way they thought it was going to work out. Oh, and the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the the news. News is going to continue to change. I mean, the fact that CBS is having major issues, their revenues are down, and they're actually contemplating putting a podcast guy, a very famous podcast guy, onto one of their flagship programs, like 60 Minutes. It's insane. But I see people moving towards other platforms, other mediums, like normal broadcast and cable mediums are going to continue, but they're not as going to be as popular as some of these other news venues. It's going to continue to evolve. And the thing that is interesting about this is new talent is going to make their mark through this. So it's going to be interesting to see. Very interesting to see. On the previous show, I talked about how we're currently in a recession due to the fact that people are who live paycheck to paycheck, which is a good percentage of the United States. They're seeing their yes, they have a job, but their income is flatlined. It didn't go up, but because of the cost of goods and the fact that the cost of living is going up, their spending money goes down. So it's like they're literally limited in what they're going to do. It's sad because a lot of people are going back to work in second jobs, possible third jobs, and people who were retired. I I saw something the other day, and I was so grateful that they put together a GoFundMe page for this gentleman. It was like an older guy who was delivering stuff, and if you saw him, it was like he shouldn't be doing that at this stage of his life. He should be enjoying his life, but because of the bills that him and his wife recently, I think they were medical bills or something like that, they accumulated. He was doing DoorDash, and he didn't really, God bless him, he didn't seem stable in terms of his posture. For somebody who has that or issues with their posture and walking to be delivering something, and as a result, I think they asked a woman who received it, saw him on her DoorDash, and created a GoFundMe because she felt like any human being would feel he shouldn't be doing that. God bless him. He shouldn't be enjoying his life. Her goal was 20,000. I think it went to 150. So, yeah. But yeah, people are going back to work as a result, getting not going back to work, getting additional jobs as a result of the recession. So, but I did say that I see tariff checks going out to by a state level, because a lot of governors are suing the United States government for refunds. A lot of companies are doing the same. So they're going to get that money, and the states are going to pass it on to us. So, and the thing I like about this is I don't believe that Trump could put his name on this because it's done state level, not federal level. And I did mention that the guy in the Kremlin days are coming to an end. And yeah, he's got like a burned book of sorts. He's whatever blackmail that he had before is going to come out after his death. It's like him giving everybody the finger. Strange. And I did mention the blue wave is coming, but you're seeing that in real time. And they're starting to get really nervous. And that's why they're trying to put these bills in to make it more difficult for people to to vote. They're asking for ID to be a passport. Not everybody has a passport. So many Americans don't travel outside the United States. They do, RVs, they do road trips. They don't, do anything other than driving. A lot of people don't go on planes. So the fact that you're asking for a passport, yeah, no. You, there was a saying back in the day, and it was about, lawyers, how if you can't win with the law, win with strategy. Like you just try to run out the clock. And same thing with these Republicans trying to win, not by getting the votes, but by changing the system so it's rigged in their favor. It's sad, but this too shall come to pass because again they're not putting this bill through. They lost their majority, so they have to fight for every vote, and not every Republican is going on the way of the majority. And I don't even feel like they have a majority at this point. They have a lot of disenfranchised and disillusioned people that are kind of rethinking their party because it's not the party they thought it was in the beginning. I remember back in the day, I couldn't understand why somebody would be a Republican. And I just didn't understand it clearly. And I remembered Colin Powell was talking about why he was a Republican. And he was saying back in the day when blacks were just trying to get the right to vote, Democrats were making it very difficult for blacks to vote. But the Republican Party welcomed them in. They welcomed having them have the right to vote, and they were trying to get them to vote Republican, and they were putting things out there that were made sense. So when he was explaining this, and I'm paraphrasing this because this was a interview he did years ago, but when he explained it, I was like, that makes sense. But even he said that the party that he joined is not the party of today. So a lot of people are rethinking the Republican Party. But that's it for this week. And don't forget, if you're interested in getting a psychic reading, message me at info@laurenstjulian.com. Put reading in the subject line. And that's it. See you on the next one. Take care.